when the press wants to start off.
Okay, see you later.
Where did you start for the puppeteers, like bringing the horse to life? What research or what is your background in puppetry to where you are now?
Well, it's funny that for a lot of us, and for the style that we learned from the Handspring Puppet Company who created the horses, they actually didn't want people who had had too much puppet experience overall, because sometimes you're locked into certain ideas, and they really have their own sort of philosophy that they taught us about bringing that horse to life. And for them, a lot of it comes from breath. So you saw that Joey can breathe, and the idea is that we breathe life into the puppet. Puppet's like a tool, really. I mean, it's a tool that's designed, its job is to work, and its work is to be alive, and we kind of do that. So there was a lot that they taught us initially just about their style more than anything. So really our background was various. People, like Michael was saying, there were dancers and straight actors. I had an Aaron who had done some separate puppetry, but they really more infused us with this new style. We spent 2 weeks just even learning to think as a unit and work together. And then we had about another 8 weeks of rehearsal with the rest of the cast to get used to all of us working together.
Even in the audition process, most of the audition was actually more about seeing how well people work together. You get into the horse for the first time and you don't look so good. And so it's more about, we do a lot of exercises. It's actually one of the best auditions that I've ever gone to. It was actually like a workshop, a master class with these master puppeteers and puppet makers. It was really great to do, and it was just seeing how well we work together. You know, they even say they make mistakes sometimes, or they, different casts have different personalities. We're pretty happy that we all have to work together, so it's pretty great.
So you guys do the show 8 times a week. Do you ever find yourselves getting depressed with the story? Like, I remember seeing in New York, I literally couldn't get out of my seat. I had to really think about it's so overwhelming, the story itself. You find yourself getting
For me, it's the opposite feeling. I feel pretty uplifted after doing the show. I mean, I don't want to give the ending away or anything like that, but to connect with the Joey team, whoever they are, and as I said, it's a different Joey team every night, so it's always really fresh, and the emotions are always really fresh with whoever we're with. And I don't know. I mean, personally, I feel pretty upbeat. I think what's important also to remember with the story of the show is that, yes, we do talk about some darker images from time, but really we all like to look at the show as we really consider it an anthem for peace. And it really is an uplifting story. And it's really about the journey that we all take as cast members and as an audience together to really use our imagination and also really believe in something so magical.
For the puppeteer who does the head, one thing I've noticed is that you're not looking where Joey is looking. You're looking into Joey's eyes.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about what that does emotionally, and also what it's like acting backwards the whole time?
It's funny, and part of the thing we learned with the style of puppetry too is it's all about the focus. And as a head puppeteer on the outside, you're very noticeable. So if I spent the entire show wondering where Adam was directing us, worrying if I was going to bump into things, you would worry about where I was looking when I was going to bump into. So it's really about putting the focus into that puppet and giving it the attention so that you give it the attention. As for going backwards, something that I figured out after some time, especially being on stage with its really bright lights, and while Michael was saying the eyes are so rich on that horse, is I use them a lot to see what Joey's seeing, because they're actually so reflective and so good that I know that the way a horse vision works is that if I can see a character in Joey's eye, I know he's looking in the right spot. So it's really about moving it around a lot to make sure I can get that in there. So now I full trust in both Adam and Aaron too, of where we're going and what we're doing. And sometimes it's nice to have that connection to them, because if I was turned away, for them sometimes it's hard because Aaron and Adam are back to back, so they're really reading each other's back sometimes to connect. And so to have that option sometimes of being backwards at least lets me face them, so it gives us that great connection.
And there's a huge improvisational element of what these guys do. Joey is a bit different every night, but you do have a set path that you go and see them.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how long you all have had this gig.
both Adam and I started in Toronto with the Toronto cast, did it for about a year there, and then had some time off, and was fortunate enough to be asked to join the North American tour. Again, always sort of being involved in puppetry, it was such an amazing opportunity to get to do this, and so now traveling across all of North America, doing a show that you never dreamed you would have the, a possibility like it. You feel very lucky every single day. It's afforded me the opportunity to have my 3 8-year-old son see things too that are so neat, and to share this too.
As a March, it'll be our 2-year anniversary of starting on this project. It's had a lot of up and downs traveling around the country. It's a new thing for me doing a major international tour like this, which was at first for a job very exciting, and then also because of the artistry, because of the puppetry, it's very exciting to me. Every day, every time I get into the horses, I discover something new. For example, I just learned that James looks into the eye. That was a personal thing for him, and I didn't know that he did that. So it's like literally every day.
Are you the hind?
I'm the hind.
So are there any jokes that
People like to make the joke, but it's more when you learn about what each part does. One of the things that we like, the head is a very sentient aspect to the horse, so he sees everything that's going on and gives us the initial reaction to what might be there. And then the emotional behavior is the breathing. So as a team, we can see exactly how that makes Joey feel. And then the hind's position is a very supportive role, which I love. I love being a supporter, and also it's kind of like a motor. And so it's like you see the thing, you feel the thing, now let's go. That's how you go.
The ensemble element of the show, I think I've probably said that word about 1,000 times today, is big, and the three puppeteers and myself, we're all puppeting the horse together, along with the rest of the company. I mean, we're all in and out of different tracks, and we're all supporting Joey and top of the horses and bringing them to life. I mean, that's a big element of the puppetry as well. Is they're physically interacting and making the puppet move, and then our interactions together are what brings it to life.
Do you rotate in and out of Joey as a team so that you stay together for cohesiveness?
Yes, you do, yeah. Because even the things that we'll do in a different track, we often learn to do things together as a group a certain way. If we ever do mix with other people, sometimes it becomes a bit confusing. What do you do and what do you do?
Yeah.
So we really do learn to work together in all our tracks.
Can you tell me again what the puppet is made? What's the materials on it?
Yeah, it's the frame of the horse on the inside is aluminum to be as lightweight as possible, and on the outside is molded cane.
Like cane, like wood?
Yes. Yeah, because it's like I said, it's moldable, but it's also incredibly strong. Because the horses, they do go through a lot during the show physically, which you'll see that, And then there's the mesh fabric, and then the hair is made out of a material called tieback. And other than that, it's just little pieces of wood.
Tieback, the tail and the mane, that's FedEx envelope material, basically shredded. I mentioned it's so simple, the construction is very simple. Adam mentioned Joey does go through some bumps and bruises during the show. I mean, that cage, it gets rocked. I mean, it's made very well. And the weight of it is what, over 120?
It's about 120 pounds or so roughly, and then it's constructed to support the weight of a rider up to 170.
So when people are riding it and running around over 300 pounds.
But there's a moment in the show where I run and I jump and I land on Joey. I mean, that's all impact for these guys, and that's right in the beginning too. So I mentioned their athleticism as well. It really comes into play, carrying the weight of the horse throughout the show, as well as my 160 pounds on top of that. I mean, it's no joke.
Following up on that, what kind of a conditioning routine do you guys do to stay in physical shape in order to do this? I know, like Lion King, they had to have chiropractors on staff.
Yeah, we have physical therapists that travels with us. So in each theater we have a PT room, we call it. So with all the materials and things to aid our body, heat packs, ice, every little gadget you can imagine that would help you out. Personally, it's it's different for each actor or puppeteer, depending on your body. Everyone at this point knows our bodies so well that I know what I need to do to keep it functioning properly without breaking. But for each person, it's different. Most people, puppeteers, they go to the gym a lot just to keep that strength up, and then it's a lot of stretching and.
Watching them stretch before the show, it is a bit like watching like a baseball team or something before a game. I mean, they everyone obviously has their own routine, but they do a pretty physical warm-up. The actors in the show, it's mostly, like for myself, it's mostly vocal. I'm in peak physical condition, so I don't know. But it's a lot of talking for me. They warm up vocally as well because they make sounds constantly throughout, breathing and neighing. Anything, so yeah.
I'm curious, you guys switch parts, positions, or it's always the same?
No, we're always the same in the same position of the horse. I think you really start to see too when you see all 12 puppeteers together. Really, there's certain types of personalities that almost do perform each role. That they really do kind of select you for that position and then work with each other.
If they had to switch positions show to show, that would be one of the most difficult things I think ever. They get locked into what they do, and they sort of become experts at it. So
there is Joey has a full in the show, beginning of the first 20 some odd minutes, and that horse team, there's just 3 puppeteers that operate Joey as a full, and they switch night to night because it's just one team. But for the full group horse teams, yeah,
and that full puppet that's one of the cutest puppets I think on earth. Yep.
So a couple more questions. Do you travel with an extra?
Oh yes. Extra.
One extra in case something happens?
What we have is the main part of the horse, we call that sort of the carcass. There's only one carcass, but we travel with an extra set of hind legs, an extra set of
Eyelids?
hind legs,
Hind legs.
front legs, and an extra head for each horse. Just in case, if anything were to go awry during a show or for the next performance. Often we're doing 2 shows in one day.
So you had that happen where you had to take it off stage?
You know what, there's always going to be something like in every show where things can go wrong, but we have a great crew that works with us to keep the horses looking at their best between shows, and they do some maintenance to take care of. But we also joke that if there ever was a situation, they become like a pit crew, because very quickly, in the middle of the scene, we can get off, fix something that goes awry, and get back on stage.
And my second question has to do with sound. Is there something that amplifies your sound? Is it the heart?
We're all minds.
Yeah, we all are mics.
In the show, but when you hear anything we're making here, it's literally just 3 of us doing it.
Yeah, like Michael said when we were in the horse, horses have the lung capacity 3 times that of humans, so it's lucky for us that there's 3 puppeteers. So we really have a sense of each other's sounds. We either join each other's sounds, finish each other's sounds, or begin a sound. And really depending on whenever you want to make.
Can you demonstrate that?
It always feels weird outside.
Usually you can't see my face.
Yeah, Aaron mentioned, they finish or they offer. It is so much of a give and take with them, and it's really cool to watch them formulate the sounds, because I have no idea who started it or what's motivating it, but I hear the sound and I get an emotional response from it that the 3 of them create and feed to the actors. I mean, it's really, truly incredible to witness here.
So are you guys rock stars with your friends and family?
Definitely with our moms.
Yes. so there's 4 teams of 3 that do it. So if we're Joey one night, the next night we'll be doing some other things in the show. Then we'll be top horn, which is the other main horse in the show. So those 4 teams, we can play both horses.
So you do both of the horses?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, we go in and out of horses. You know, there's puppeteers also do like smaller acting roles in the show, as well as ensemble, and then all the other puppetry you see are mostly, of course, puppeteers doing that. But they, like Michael said, everyone in the show, even himself, puppeteers something at one point. Like you don't even know it's him.
I'm not good at it, but I do it.
And I won't tell you what it is, but you won't.
You know, Joey being different every night. For me, it's so cool because his personality is different every night. This is my very devoted and loving Joey team right here. They're always in my corner. Some of the other Joeys are a bit spunkier. They eat my hair or they push me around. And some of the others, you know, are more aloof and more, you know, of what you maybe see on a farm, you know, just kind of a standoffish type. It's very, very cool to have a new Joey every night, and that's why it's always different for me, and always the show is fresh for me, because Joey is always changing. And even within their own tiny, devoted personality, you know, they give me a little attitude sometimes, or, you know, it's always different, so it's a blast.
Is this the team we'll see tonight?
What's that?
Is this the team we'll see tonight?
No, you'll see them in the ensemble.
Which is why we got the gig today. Because again, too, because of the physical work that goes into Joey, just to save people's energy as much as possible.
They're still sleeping.
Yeah. They take it easy because they're going to be working really hard today.
So we're gonna wrap this up. If you guys don't mind, I gotta do some press interviews, one-on-ones. But I do want to say too, back to the part about Joey getting damaged. When we were fortunate enough to have Joey come last year for a season announcement party, and he got to be with the mounted police from Orlando, and one of the real horses like turned over and like bit his hair, and ripped it out of his mouth, and we were like, oh my God. But he said that the interaction between those 2 horses were like real horses. That's what they do in real life. So even the horses thought it was a real horse. So
Yeah, that happens. We do horses all the time, and sometimes they want to kick us. And they just start turning around and like, you went the face.
it's pretty amazing. But just let's give everyone a big round of applause.